Hello everybody on YouTube, it's your boy the Memphis X, back at you with the 100 days of Yu-Gi-Oh! We're aiming to duel with 100 different decks over 100 different days. Today everybody, we're taking a look at Megaliths, the ritual monsters that count as their own ritual spells. And we got ourselves a stun variant, trying to go first, setting ourselves up a nice full board. And also things like barrier statue, but mostly it's about our Megalith Phul today. And we're going to be showing this deck off in some duels on good old EDOPro, showing you how the deck works, showing you the combos, having ourselves a good old time. And all thanks today to Mr. The Fluffy One 16, who asked us to take a look at some good old Megalith action. So, we got ourselves a deck here today, and I'm going to list off the cards in it, and then we're going to get right into the duels. So, for our main deck today, we're playing 2 copies of Alpha, the Master of Beasts, 3 each of Senju of the 1,000 Hands and Manju of the 10,000 Hands. We have triple barrier statue of the Drought. We have 3 Megalith Phul, 2 copies of Megalith Eritron, 3 Megalith Bethor, 3 copies of Megalith Ophiel, 2 Megalith Hagath, 3 of the all-important Megalith Phul. We have 3 Megalith Unformed, 1 Megalith Portal. We have triple Impermanence, double Dogmatic Punishment, triple Compulse, and a copy of Megalith Emergence. As to the extra deck, we're running things like Cross Sheep, Masquerena, Pentastag, Mekk-Knight Avramax. We got ourselves number 100 Numeron Dragon, Gaga Cowboy, Boguska, Tornado Dragon, Gallant Granite, Dingirzu, the Zombie Vampire. We have number 97 Draglubion. We have Herald of the Arc Light, Elder Entity Natis, and Chimertech Fortress Dragon. You know, and also for a side deck, we have ourselves some interesting text. Ritual Buster is really good if you know what your opponent's using, because when you ritual summon a ritual monster, this locks your opponent out of spell traps for a turn. So if your opponent, you know they're playing something spell reliant or even trap reliant, this card can be very useful. You know, it doesn't really work as well in this particular build, but you could run this one. It works just as well. If you want to check out the punishments for a couple of this, go right ahead. You also have Incantations. Incantations can be very useful in this deck just to set board up and have extra tribute fodder. But they can be a little bricky from time to time. And, you know, you need to have certain ones in your hand and certain ones to keep in the deck. So, run at your own preference. But if you want Pencil Plume, Talismandra, maybe a Candle, because you can also run Incantation Inception, as it is a ritual spell that works for any ritual monster. As well, we're playing the Dogmaticas just to send things like Natis and occasionally Herald to just interrupt my opponent. But if you want to go even harder, you know, you could run another Natis. You can run other Dogmaticas like your Disciple, the Nadir, and your Dogmatica Ecclesia. Things like that. Any rank 8 you could throw in here will work. We don't go into the extra deck very often, but it's nice to have the option, and rank 8 works pretty good with this deck. Or rank 4, either one works, but I like things like Lancelot, Xenophon, things of that nature. Another Herald if you decide to go with the extra Foolish Burial, which works for setting up a big old, you know, full, but since we're playing traps and we can't set spell traps, you play this card, doesn't work for us as well. But you could use this if you wanted to take out the traps, instead play some, I don't know, some like level limit area B something, I don't know, something of that nature. So that's another option there. As well, there's Kaijus. If you don't want to run Alpha as an out to things like Dragoon, Kaijus are always a good thing to be running for outs to that sort of thing. So, that's the deck, everybody. We're now going to go into EDOPro. We're going to show this deck off. We're going to show you how it works. And, as always, we're going to have ourselves a good time. Alright, here our first opponent, everybody. Another day, another card game. You want to go first with this deck as often as humanly possible, because Megaliths like to go first. Unfortunately, we don't get to pick up. Oh, we get to go first anyway, and this opening hand will work just fine. So, reminded myself of my own little list here. This will work just fine. So what we're going to go ahead and use is Phul. The level 8 rituals, they all count as ritual spells. So we're going to use Phul to summon out Ophiel here, using our Alpha. This is going to activate Ophiel's effect to allow me to search out another monster. We want good old Hagath. We want good old Hagath. Very nice monster. And now that we've done this, and we already have full, if I had another level 8 in my hand, this would be perfect, but I don't. So this works just fine. So we're going to use Ophiel's effect. Ophiel can be used as ritual spell on the field. So we're going to summon Hagith. Using Ophiel, we're going to get Hagith. And that's going to be using up Hagith here. And let's see here. Let's see. I could just go for that. That is true. I'm going to get a monster back regardless. So let's go ahead and get Megalith Portal in this situation. Portal gives your rituals a once per turn destruction by battle immunity. More importantly, when you ritual summon, you can get back one of your ritual monsters from your grave. This is good for late game things. Not going to use it just yet, but I'm just telling you that. So we're going to go for Phul, using Hagith. Phul is the boss of this archetype. He might look small, but he's actually really big. And we're going to get Phaleg back. Nope. And Phul here, we're just going to leave him on the board. You see, Phul is the most important of all of the Megaliths. What this card does is quick effect. I can ritual summon a Megalith from my deck or hand using the cards in my hand or on my field. This is where we get into the stun variant of this. Zambo World. Alright, that could be annoying. It could be. Depends on what my opponent does, but I am going to let my opponent run through things for a minute. We'll see what he can do. I mean, he's playing Zombo, so I imagine what he's going to do is send Glow Up Bloom. Or just straight up send Battle Drog, that works too. So, end of the main phase, we are going to use Phul's effect. I'm going to ritual summon Bethor using Phaleg from my hand. Be like, hey, what's up? And Bethor here, when he is ritual summoned, pops cards up to the number of rituals with different names in my grave. Very good for just saying, goodbye, I hope you liked your board. Now granted, Gozaki is going to go off, and what does this do again? Banish, summon a zombie from the hand. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, he can keep doing stuff if he has, like, Goblin Zombie, but that's about all he's going to have. And we're pretty set. Like, this is the idea of the deck. Phul is the boss. You use your Bethor just to annihilate your opponent's board. Next turn, so long as Phul lives, and Phul is rather big, Phul will continue to do things. Okay, that works perfect. I've got the rockstun, but we won't let him know we have that yet. First, we're going to use Phul's effect again. And we are going to ritual summon Phaleg. Phaleg is the heart and soul of our beatdown strategy. Because for every one of my rituals in the grave, I get 300 attack and defense. For every monster. Not just Phaleg, not just rituals, everybody. So is that I don't think that's game. That's 59. Well, it is game because I have, barrier statue. He can only special summon earth monsters with this thing. And other than the Senju Manju, we're playing all earth monsters. Extra deck not included. But there's perfect demonstration of what you want with this deck. You want to go first, get Phul on the board, and just turbo out Bethor on your opponent's turn, interrupt their board. And that's where we're trying, that's also why you go for Ophiel into Hagith, into Phul, because you want to get more rituals in the grave. It was very important to just have as many rituals in the grave as possible, with different names. So usually you'll have at least 2, maybe even 3, as you can see. And that's what we do. And then from now on, I can just keep looping this off. So long as Phul survives, this strategy survives. Next turn, on my opponent's turn, I could have gone into another Bethor and pop more things. On my turn, gone into my next Phaleg. Make Phaleg even bigger. So there's duel number 1. Very quick. But that's what you want to see with Megaliths, especially considering we're stalling and stunning people. So let's go for duel number 2. Try to do exactly the same thing again. Maybe show off, a little bit more beatdown. We didn't even get to do damage. So let's go for duel number 2 and see what happens. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go and do it again. And hopefully this time we actually get to pick to go first. Oh, hey, my opponent let me go first. Cool. Alrighty, this opening hand is absolutely awful. It's a bit awful, but we can at least set things up for later. So let's go for the barrier statue and set a compulse. Unfortunately, that's all we have. We don't have any of our rituals. If I had just one level 8, I could have used my Senju Manju. Gone for a little bit of the combo I like to go for. So this guy's playing Sacred Beast. I don't see you having a good time, my dude. You can't special summon except for Earth. And none of the Sacred Beasts are Earth. I would know. I played them the other day. So I know for a fact that there are none of them that happen to be Earth attribute. Unless this guy has, like, Spell Trap removal, which is possible. It's possible. Whether he will do that or not, who knows? We'll find out in a minute. Yep, Barrier Statue of the Drought. Just a really nice monster here, because, you know, we only summon out the Earth monsters. We don't need our extra deck except for, like, very extreme situations. Temple of the Kings. Activated trap the turn it was set. Fascinating. So is he trying to activate the trap that's the awakening of the Sacred Beasts? I guess that works, but unfortunately for him, he can't do jack, because, you know, only Earth. Only Earth can be special summoned. So, let's go ahead. I really wish I had another... Yeah, I just don't have any of my ritual monsters in the hand. This doesn't happen very often, considering we're playing mostly ritual monsters. But every once in a while. So let's go ahead and get Ophiel for later. Whether there will be a later in this duel, I don't know at all. Considering my opponent, well, you know, playing Sacred Beast against Barrier Statue. Unless this is a battle trap of some form, he's pretty much done here. You know, Earth, there's a lot of Earth monsters. In fact, I'm pretty sure Earth is the most populous attribute in the game, if I'm not mistaken. But not a lot of, like, meta Earth decks. Not that I can think of off the top of my... I mean, other than Adamantipator. Like, this deck will not work as well against Adamantipator. At least the Barrier Statue part won't. For obvious reasons. I mean, I can stop the Synchros. I can stop Dragite. I can stop Raptite. Things like that. I can't stop the tuners, though. Alright, look here, summoning beast. He shall summon the beast. But again, he can't summon any of his sacred beasts. He can't summon them normally or by cheating them out with these. He can't even use Poly to fuse into Armatile. Very brutal. I mean, granted, if I didn't have the Barrier Statue, things would be tricky. Oh, hey, it's Bethor. Sweet. Alrighty, so let's go ahead for Bethor. I really don't need to, you know, do any ritual summoning, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I'll go ahead for Ophiel. Do as we tend to do. And before I do more rituals, I should activate my portal. I will do that immediately. That way I can get back my Bethor. And we'll see what this... you know, we know this is... Okay. Wasn't expecting that. I mean, that doesn't stop me, but at the same... I mean, that was just... I wanted more things. I'm fine with this. Because I can show off bringing out Phul the usual way. Which was with Megalith Unformed. I can ritual summon a Megalith using levels that are double the level of the monster. Phul is a level 2 monster. Well, therefore, this works perfectly. Unless this guy has Ash Blossom, but I think he does not. So, we're going to summon out Phul using Haggis. I almost want to call him Haggis. I mean, obviously, Megalith Phul. Well, maybe, I don't know. Phul, are you Scottish? I'm going to say that Megalith Phul is Scottish. That's just my headcanon now. Sometimes when you're playing decks, you just gotta be headcanon. I mean, like, if you go and play Master Duel, there isn't that much lore about the Megaliths, other than their fancy statues that have, like, angels and demons inside of them. It doesn't really tell you that much. So we're gonna go for Phaleg, just to have a pretty much game right here, unless this guy's got stuff. I never put Phul into attack mode. You never want to do that, because if this guy's playing, you know, battle traps, that's a problem. You don't want to risk losing Phul. That's just like the worst thing you could do, is put your rocks on the table. And then your opponent smacks your rocks. And then you pass out, and then you wake up in the hospital wondering why you can't feel anything below the waist. It's not fun. Anyway, so, yeah, this guy's pretty much done. I mean, I've got Compulse. I can just bounce whatever. I've got Dogmatic Punishment. I can ditch Natis. Or if he summoned another Chaos Summoning Boy, I could ditch Herald as well. I could ditch Herald, pop a card, and search a ritual monster. Or I can ditch Tis, pop a card, pop another card. And also Phul is here, so let's see, how many rituals are in the grave? 2. And then if I used Failing, that's 3, so I can pop 3. Ariadne. I don't trust you as far as I could chuck you. Come forth, Bethor. Pop things, thank you. I don't trust you, and I sure as heck don't trust you. I pop everything. And my opponent surrenders. What did he have? Face. But discard 2 cards, negate a spell, and destroy it. Look at your opponent's hand and deck. If you find any spells with the same name as the short code, send them all. I guess that kind of works, depending on what you're up against, but that's very, well, you know, Ariadne. So understandable. But yes, my opponent, at least he tried. You know, he did try. It wasn't going to work, because obviously Sacred Beast cannot overcome Barrier Statue. They don't have the means, really, of Barrier Statue outing, unless they have other, you know, outs to these sort of things. But they don't really... Sacred Beast don't prepare for these things. So, there's another win. We are rocking everybody's world. It's pretty good. We're doing the same thing over and over again from now on, but, you know, we're doing it with style. You know, as evident by my R2-D2 beanie boy here. We're doing it with style here. So, let's go for duel number 3. Continue to do the rockin' plays. And see what other opponents we could dish out some damage to. Alright, third opponent. So far, so good, and we finally get to pick to go first. I kind of want to just summon Barrier Statue, but that won't help me. So let's go with Senju. Senju, and we are going to search out... I need Angel. Where's my Angel? There you are. Getophiel, the Angel one. So we'll go for Aratron. Some players don't like Aratron. All he does is give, like, some little bits of, if your opponent targets you, you can get back a ritual and then negate. But what's nice about Aratron, really, is the fact that he's a quickie. He is a quick effect ritual from the hand. It's pretty nice. Alright, where is Hagath? There's some Hagath. So we'll get Hagath a-going. Let's go ahead, Ophiel. Bring out the Hagath. And we already have the field spell. I could get my trap. The trap is really just like, you know, if you really need it or if you have everything else. Because this lets you just bring back Megaliths from the grave. It's pretty nice, especially if you have like a bunch of Phalanx in the grave. You can get some stupid high attack numbers. But you don't, you know, play that much. So, you only have the one. So let's go for a Phul. Hadou. And then go for Phul. Get back Aratron. That way I've got my 8 stars. My good old 8 stars. We'll go for Portal. That way I have some protection. And we'll go for an Imperm and we'll pass. Alrighty. A pretty common sight with this deck. Just setting on a Phul. More of these. Okay, Revenge of the Sacred Beasts. Interesting. I mean, I'm not super worried. Am I worried? Not really. Because I've got Imperm, I've got everything else. I can just pop a couple cards. I can pop 3 cards on this particular bird. Alright, so then Beckoning Beast into Dark Summoning Beast. Yeah, that's fine. I should probably... Yeah, let's make Bethor now. I feel like Bethor is a good choice right now. Just in case. See, my opponent, he might even have an out to this. But he has no idea what I'm trying to do. So we're going to summon out Bethor. He'll summon out a Sacred Beastie Boy, but then I'm going to blow it up with Bethor. Because the Sacred Beasts don't have any protection on their own. Hubba Chumba. And my Sacred Beast got nothing on Megalith action, folks, okay? just to show you. You know, they want to go first. You know, Sacred Beasts like to go first and set things up. But they're going second, and they do not have good going second plays. Especially through things like Bethor or just any interruption, really. So, there's another win against Sacred Beasts. Let's go one more duel, though. Because this is going to be a very short episode, I feel. I don't want to go 5-6 duels, because they're going to be samey. But let's go for one more. And hopefully we can find a different opponent. And show off just, you know, one more duel against a good back-and-forthy sort of opponent. I will rock you. Boom, boom. Well, maybe not with this hand, considering I'm going second, but I've got stuff. I got Megalith unformed, so at the very least I can get out full. And we're up against Salamangreats? Salamangreats. Alrighty, so the Gazelle. Bring out the dang Gazelle. We're in the Serengeti here. Yep, that's fine, I think. I never liked Salamangreats. Partly because they're very samey combo. I mean, I don't want to talk, but they're very samey combos. Also, they're a former meta deck. That's not really that big of a deal, but I don't care for them very much. Salamangreats, just not a big fan. Alright, so remind me how this card works. Sony monster. Okay, I'm gonna wait for you to detach before I do anything to that. Alright, he's got a horse. Doesn't this thing do something else? Send from field to greatest link. Target a monster on the field, return to the hand. Okay. So, that doesn't really affect me if he links this off. I mean, that's only just going to get him his field spell and go from there, basically. Will of the Salamangreats. Dang. My opponent has some cards and he's got some combos. See, this is why we go first. You know, we don't want our opponent to bum rush us and stop me from bashing him in the head with a rock. Alright, Bay Links. Does this thing do anything when sent to the grave? I don't think it does. Sanctuary. Alright. I don't think he's gonna have as much. Not as much. The fact that I was able to stop the Mirage Stallion should at least help me to a degree. So, probably... Oh, wait, is this an automatic thing? No, it is not. It's a can effect, so... Basically, what he's probably going to do next is make Sunlight Wolf. And then make another Sunlight Wolf, and then that wolf will lose its effect, which I don't remember exactly how that worked. It's been a while since I played Salamangreat. So one of those decks that, you know, the banned stuff came back, but nobody cared. Alrighty, so my opponent will do not a lot. We'll find out. Let's see here. Should I hit him with stuff? I don't think I should. Let's start with Senju. Senju of the Thousand Hands. And we might get hit with... No? Okay, good. I didn't actually want to get hit with that. So, we're going to go ahead and do... Get Phaleg. Okay, this has to be sent as link material. Okay. So we're going to have to be big brain. Usually, I don't need big brain for these plays, but considering how Salamangreats work, there's a chance that we will need big brain plays. So now I have full on the board. I'm hoping that's the trap, so he plays it now. Okay, he's not that dumb. He's not quite that dumb. Oh, it was in perm. Alrighty. That is not terrible. I mean, I can just ritual, like I said, this is a quick effect. I can just ritual summon whenever I bloody please. We'll end our turn, I suppose. Okay, so we're gonna wait till the main phase. Unfortunately, I can't just automatically do this in the main phase, but I can use full now. So we're gonna go ahead and summon out Bethor using our Phaleg. I mean, this is only gonna pop like one card, but it's better than nothing. Better than nothing. So, Gazelle. Bethor will pop the Mirage Stallion, because I really don't want him to have that. And we will imperm the Gazelle. Take that stunning. Alright, so he's stunned now. He does have Spiny, though. But this is fine. Again, we have double Compulse. He has Salamangreat Leo? He's got like that Leo guy. I think that was his name. He's the guy who can like bounce spell traps. But unfortunately for him, this can be chained to that. Therefore, I'm not worried. Alrighty, we are golden. Oh, hey, another Bethor. I could actually make an Exceed now. If I wanted to. Oh, yeah, like Ash Blossom or something? No, Effect Veiler. Dang it! All I wanted to do! Alright. Well... that's... fine. You know what? It's a-okay. It's not, like, great by any means, but I could just Ritual Summon another Bethor with my Bethor, so it's not, like, a bad thing. The only problem with that is I'll still only get to pop one thing. So... pretty much that's where we're at. This guy's got, like, all this negation. Me, I don't negate. I blow stuff up. There's a difference, okay? There's a difference between interrupting your opponent and straight up saying no to them. Send Salamangreat card. Yep. Is what it is. It is what it is. Oh wait, I'll be able to... yeah, I would be able to pop two there. So he's already used Will of the Salamangreats. Sure. Let's give it a shot. I don't see this having any sort of issue, so let's use Bethor. Using a Bethor. Be like, whatcha? So he'll bring back Spiny Man. Spiny Man. And I'm just gonna pop both of his monsters. And that will interrupt that play. Oh wait, no. Balinks. I'm dumb. I forgot about Balinks' protection effect. Okay, that's still fine. This is still fine because he's going to use these to make another Sunlight Wolf, and then I can just bounce the Sunlight Wolf again. And then next turn, I can do things. So, Parallel Exceed. No. And that will stop him from bringing out Parallel Exceed, because it has to be brought out to a zone a monster points to. Hot diggity dog. Alrighty. Ooh. Dare I make the cheesy tech card, or should I just go for Draglubion? Oh, I'm so tempted. Ugh. Does that help him? I don't think that necessarily helps him, or does it? Oh, that's so hard. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna... I could... I don't want to risk it, because we have a really nice setup here. You know, I've got my Phaleg, everybody's huge, I've got a rock, my opponent literally can't do anything, and we're going to put full in attack, because that's how full of myself I am right now. So, there's a win against Salamangreats. He put some effort in. I'm not going to say he didn't. Wasn't enough, but he gave us a decent run for our money, at the very least. So, there's our duels for the day, everybody. Let's go ahead into the end screen, and we will discuss the deck a little bit more. Alrighty, everybody, Megalith Stun 2022 edition. We got ourselves 4 nice wins. You know, once you go first with this deck, if you get up full, and if you're not against, like, I don't know, giant combo, negate heavy something, this deck usually does pretty good. Especially if you can start out with Barrier Statue, and you don't, you just get back. If you get Barrier Statue and full turn 1, things are usually pretty good for you. You know, we got to do 99% of what we wanted to do. I mean, Alpha never showed up, but he's only here in case Dragoon anyway. And we didn't run into Dragoon, so we're good with that. I could have... I really wanted to go for Vampire, but... it's one of those cards, and with Salamangreats using stuff in the graveyard, I didn't want to chance it. But, depending on what your opponent's playing, you can mill 4 from both players' decks, and then go for broke. It even works even better if you can have this on the board and full at the same time, but it doesn't happen very often. But I'm happy with how the deck turned out. We got to show off some cool stuff that Megaliths can do. Hopefully y'all know now that if you're playing Megaliths, you're playing full turbo. That's how you're going full throttle. I'm gonna keep up. I gotta end the episode before I keep making more bad puns. Regardless, hope y'all enjoyed today's episode. Make sure if you did, hit the like button. Lets me know that you liked the video. And consider subbing for more as the show will continue. We're in day, what day is today again? 64? I believe today is 64. Yes. So, 100 days is coming to a close in about a month. We still got a lot to do. And tomorrow we're playing King Tiger Wan Hu Stun. We're playing one stun after another. So, hope to have fun with that as well. And so, your boy, the Memphis Accelerate, is signing out for now. I'll see you guys again next time, or the other Memphis will. And I'll see you guys next time with more Yu-Gi-Oh! Action. Till then, stay safe, stay happy. I'll see you next time.